Right there, folks. So, we're back, another episode, and just checking out some of the other stuff, but I guess I'll worry about the campaign-related stuff later. So anyways, here we have this battle. We'll see how it goes. We should have a numerical advantage eventually, artillery advantage, and it looks like a mobility advantage as well. So, all that's good news. I'm going to go ahead and get loaded. Actually, we'll just get loaded in. Famous last words, but it shouldn't take that long to load in. Let's see what map ends up getting generated. 17 hours is a long... I think it's a pretty long time to kind of just hang out, so... We'll see. I don't really want to attack piecemeal or anything like that. 12,000 men. Yep. Okay, we are on the Antietam map. We can deploy pretty far forward, but we can see them. So this is kind of like that other campaign, the Winchester map. So let's see if there's a way over here. So we have to attack, and they're what are they coming from every direction here? They don't have any reinforcements, but all right. All right, ours is going to come from somewhere down here. Yeah, they're all good and fortified up, and it looked like our arty was pretty similar. So I think what I'm going to do, if I have cavalry, it looks like I do, I'll send Stuart to run around them. I'll entrench, and I'm going to do a lot of waiting, and wait for reinforcements to show up. And once we got our full force together, then we'll push them. I mean, if they come up in the meantime, we'll try to construct some fortifications and hold on as best we can. So I figured I'd bring you back in here. Whoops. And let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, I can kind of figure that out. And yeah, what we've done is we've stolen the victory points from the AI because they were going to castle up in their fortifications. And so we took Nicodemus Hill. We took, what is this? Hagerstown Turnpike. We took those, and we're now fortifying them against them, kind of forcing them into attack. Now it's 3:30 in the afternoon. It is mid-July, so these are going to be some of the longer days of the year. So this could rely almost 1,600. Yeah, I mean this fight could go on for a couple more hours potentially. I mean we're in an okay position. We have artillery there. We're trying to build a breastworks for them. These guys have not been very good at building stuff. I don't know what their issue is exactly. Level up cohesion. Yeah, sure. That's fine with me. These guys, we'll give them engineering. And I think Jackson's over here, just doing the kind of back. All right, we'll give them sharpshooting. I don't know if that's the best thing, but we'll give it to him. Over here, the AI made the mistake of leading with a I don't know, what is this, a detachment? Oh, so this is a full-on... This is not the right Patterson's battery to be at Antietam, but on the wrong side. But there they are. If we can get them out, that would be great. You can see that they have kind of scattered everything. Actually, now that I'm seeing that, well, I did have this cav over here to scout, but I'm thinking might actually be able to quickly shift them over to here and try to make sure. God, I hate the way the facing of these skirmishers go when they get confronted with an enemy. They just cannot figure out which way is forward. Anyways, I don't think that I'm going to keep you in here because this doesn't seem terribly interesting. I mean, it's interesting to me, but it doesn't seem interesting to watch. So I'll take you back out as these guys kind of slowly crawl forward here. Be interesting to see if we get another nightfall. We should get a bunch more engineering points, at least as many as we had last time, and we can build up some of the stuff. All right, so these guys over here, they never actually finished their own breastworks. I don't know what that was, what that is about, what that was about, but I'm waiting to see which road they come up. Originally, they were coming up, I believe this is the whole Hagerstown Turnpike, and it looked like they were going to come up here, and then they were going to come over here, and now they kind of seem like they've abandoned the Hagerstown Turnpike, and they're going for this field, which is kind of great for me. I was more concerned with them going up through here, because even from this part of Nicodemus Hill, they would be hard to shoot through trees. The terrain undulates a little bit, but if they're going to come out into this area here, I mean, I can't ask for too much more than that. So we'll see how it develops. We'll see what happens overnight. We'll see about a few other things, and I'll bring you back in when it's a little more interesting. Okay, I'm back. In the waning wee hours of today, July 15th, they are starting to make their push for Nicodemus Hill. I'm gradually falling back with skirmishers and with cavalry. Let's see, we'll get those guys back there, because it doesn't really matter. At least they're falling back on my left. Seeing that, I need to get some infantry over here, since it doesn't seem that they have a terribly big push. Some of the other infantry. In this field, I'm not as concerned about it, but I want to get at least one on the left and one kind of more in the center. These guys broke after almost nothing. That's pretty terrible. Alright, we'll get those guys laying down. They kind of crisscross where they're supposed to be, so we'll pull these guys back as well. Might be able to invite them forward. It's kind of strange. I mean, you know, it's at minor victory. It's like dead even. Yet, you look at the casualties. It's, you know, crazy. It's like 6-1 or something like that. Although they are relatively low overall. We only have about 8,000 troops on hand, and well, they have more than that. So that might explain a good deal of it. Let's see. Jackson's over there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really itching to do a whole lot more than what I've already done. I do kind of want these guys closer to their parent units for when they route. That will be able to throw new skirmishers out a little bit quicker. And Stuart's cavalry over here I don't think is going to be able to do very much, but I do want to hold them back to maybe get in the flank of one of these brigades. And it's also going to depend on how kind of what happens during nightfall. But for right now, see, they're idle. I'm guessing it's because of the skirmishers that they're blocking their line of sight. I can't imagine that it's other things. You know, if Jackson's just gonna stand here, let's put him to work. But yeah, that's all that's really happened. Again, 1,800 hours. There's actually probably still quite a bit of combat left here. My screen is light because of the blue light filter, but that's, to me now it looks a little bit more like what I think it should. Let's see. Loring's brigade. I really, you know, there's the possibility that we might be able to get a kind of 2v1 here over against Wingcoop, but that leaves only one brigade against, and skirmishers and artillery and cavalry against the rest of their force. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. Since we're kind of sitting pretty here, the way things are, I think I'm just going to let the victory points run their course and see if that gets them to come on up and fight. Bigger push definitely looks like it's going to come here on the left. Since they have to push me, I'd rather just get down and minimize casualties. I don't think Stuart will lay down now, so. Oh well. What was that? Oh, okay, so that was the detachment. I mean, the AI does regularly throw out detachments to go for their arty that's broken down, so makes them a tougher challenge. Really think you should lay down? I didn't think he was gonna go for that. I was gonna throw Jan out of here, and target. So I guess units do like divvy up their fire. I don't know if I knew that or not. I don't think I did. I don't remember knowing that before right now. I suspected that they might, but I did not know it. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright. I'd rather Stuart stay a threat than actually have to use him, because I'm not really sure what I'm gonna get from him if I have to use him. Those guys may actually be idle. I don't know if they can get an angle on anyone. They're kind of down in this little valley here, and I think that battery needs to move back. Alright. I want those guys laying down since they're not going to be able to... Because Jackson insists on doing whatever, and they only have the Springfield musket, not the rifle musket, they're not going to do too much. It looks a little faster than normal. Remember, it's on 2 times speed right now, so it should look a little faster than normal. Confident. Maybe we'll have these guys do something like this, in case they make a beeline for my artillery. Alright, they're holding. It's okay. These guys are not, though. They're getting kinda wrecked. Someone's lowering. Must be a skirmisher. Yeah, that's fine. That artillery up there. Huh. Slide them down. Jackson's skirmishers can finally open fire. They'll at least have that going for him. Takes such a weird angle to pull back. Alright, but they are back. And I think that's going to have to be Pendleton and Jackson's problem. I don't think I can make it anybody else's problem at the moment, because we seem to have enough problems. Alright. I'm gonna have these guys come. I'm gonna have Stuart's cavalry come in on the flank. Might as well. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Where are you? You're for artillery. All right, that's actually okay. That is not perfect. Yeah, it's a shame they broke so quick. If you get skirmishers out real fast, though, you should be able to hold them up a little longer. If they do what they're told. Which I think because he's feuding over the distance they should be shooting at, I don't think it's going to work. I don't know. It'd be great if it did. It's a great speed bump there, but this is nice. We're getting this flank fire on them. I did not think that would work that well, but usually slow to reload, but deadly at close range. Alright. Maybe. How's their 72%? I guess the highest it'll go. Alright. Alright, we had some skirmishers break here. I don't know what those guys are doing. They're not firing. We'll have them there. This guy's right over there. It's a little awkward, but I'm thinking that Nightfall I thought was going to kind of save me. It might actually save them now, because I think a lot of these units are real close to breaking on their side because they're exhausted, because they've taken casualties. Probably less so over here. This is probably actually a pretty decent flank for them. No, why have you gone idle, my man? Why have you done that? Get down. So I guess if you're willing to stay on top of them, poor choice of words, but anyways, uh-oh, didn't see that happening. Must have lost some skirmishers here. Yeah, we did. Oh, I think we've lost all of our skirmishers here. Poor micro. Alright. But they did get somebody to break, so that's great. Actually, I don't know if I should pull back now, but whatever. Move them up. And we'll get them to lay down. Well, I guess they have to get there and then they can lay down. Try to have these guys move up and do the same. Should be able to stay in this formation though. Yeah, with that poor range, we just gotta kind of either you gotta go forward or you gotta go back to the cab. If you haven't played a lot or haven't used them a lot of dismounted loose formation, that's pretty much it. Because you're almost always going to be outranged by infantry, so you know you probably want to be going forward and force them to go backwards, presuming that you're going to go faster forwards than they're going to go backwards. But none of that's guaranteed. Alright, I may put Walker right here since they're laying down. These guys won't. I really wish they would. Right, get to that point, then lay down. There you go. Oh, perfect timing to look back and see your guys break. I don't know what these guys' problem is. Alright, they're pulling back anyways, but we'll keep them under a little bit of pressure. 68%. It's pretty low. It's pretty low. Okay, both those skirmishers are down. That's great. What are they? They're not going to be able to hit them if they go full prone. So, hey, I'll take it. You know, we got them without without our reinforcements showing up, which really would have turned things, I think, a lot. Now with those units off running, Yeah, I'm willing to chase. Why not? Probably take more casualties than we'll give, but, you know, that happens. Can't tell if they're firing as they fall back. Are we firing here? We're not. What's the holdup? Routed units nearby. There are no routed units nearby. It must be when they go into the parent unit of the infantry. But that's the only thing I can think of that's routed. Alright. Get up on our mounts. Our noble steeds here, and we'll see what we can do. Get you guys up. Get you up. Guess we can't get you down because you think you're being flanked. Alright, Stuart's guys are into them. They should be strong in melee. It's the, I guess, other side of being terrible at range is that you should do some work in melee. Though we're winded because we're relatively new at this war stuff. It must be their second battle because they don't have their first battle tags, so there haven't been that many. Okay. Where's that infantry? There we go. We'll push up with him because I don't think I don't know if it's worth it to try to get Jackson up. He's got a big brigade here. He always wants to get that close range volley in. Not always the best thing to do. It says we're in melee. Alright. I think we can move HQ up. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Get them closer. We'll try to cut off some of that retreat. You're not in melee, you lied. You're not really flanked. Come on, man. Is Jackson doing it? Ah, he's trying. Man, Pendleton is just AWOL on the field here. Are we actually in melee? Well, we're tired like we're actually in melee. That's probably true. No, that's the direction you should be facing by the time you get there. Same with you guys. What are you doing? Get a move on. Alright, triple quicken in. Have you moving a little bit closer. Alright, we're exhausted, but how much time? We got 7 seconds. We might as well send them in. We got 7 ticks on the timer left. No reason to wait. I don't think these guys are ever going to do it, man. Just doesn't look like it. Alright, well that'll make it for this video. Somehow this is a major victory. I'll be interested to see what the final tally is. I mean, they just barely got skirmishers in their count. Alright, they are firing. So that's good. Yeah, you need to move. You can't. At least get your skirmishers in range. Wow. They just did about 600 casualties. Now the morale's still pretty good, despite being exhausted. Okay. Wow, it was about 10-1 casualties. I thought it would have been about 4 or 5-1. Anyways. I'm not sure what that shows the power of. I really don't know. I mean, I was gonna say ranged rifles, but you know, Jackson's brigade's one of the 3. They only had Springfield muskets. Wasn't that? It was no particularly good artillery. I think the best thing I had was 12-pound field gun. I don't know. Maybe just... I have no idea. I don't know. Probably just a comedy of errors on the part of the AI. Alright, this is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. We got some rifles. We got quite a few cannon. Alright, you can say it's a major victory. I'm not sure I believe that, but alright. And the whole reason why I attacked them, I was trying not to do this. I mentioned, I think, in the previous video. I was going to let them build up, but they're shifting all their forces out to the center, the west, whatever you want to call it here. That's 27, that's 31,000, so that's basically 60,000 troops. That's going to be 80,000 troops, which is more than I currently have right now. They have in the center. And there's a recent patch. I'll see if it ended up screwing up my funding. It happened for some other people as they reported. I have not yet experienced that. What are we doing? We're doing military 2 over here. Little disjointed. Let's see. I think they have far more troops than we think they do. But anyways, look at that. We'll probably try to get Frederick. See this Army of Northeastern Virginia. Now, if they really only have 24 guns, probably throw both these armies at them. And, you know, I wish that was enough to bring them over from the center, but I don't know if it will be. Anyways, I'm making this video long when it could be shorter. I know this is also a monster army. Right, so these numbers are not adding up at all. It looks like 30,000. What was this? 27. So that's 57,000. I think they got 1,500 people in the time I was away. That's 57 and what did I say? 57. So that'd be 88,000. Plus the 12,000 that are currently there. That's 100,000 troops just right here in the center. Actually, that might be right, because I think they've kind of abandoned some of these other flanks, but the west and the east in favor of the center. So I'm not too sure about that. All right, hope you enjoyed this one, and certainly hope we make it to another one.